every 6 seconds a child dies from malnutrition. That's just not good. That's not acceptable. We need to do more to help. We look for those that are in need and try to support and help those around us that are less fortunate. And it's a very small part of what we do at Mountain Ops, but it's probably the biggest part of who we truly are. And so it's what we're trying to get out there and the message we want people to be involved in. And this is Trevor Farnes, CEO of Mountain Ops, and you're listening to Living Country in the City, episode 11.
Y'all ready for your dose of flyover state spirit? Straight from the concrete jungle? Well, put down your latte and pull on your boots. It's time for Living Country in the City.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us for another episode of Living Country in the City. Today I'm talking with Trevor Farnes, CEO of Mountain Ops. I really like to get into a lot more about hunting. We all know that hunting's conservation and that hunters do a lot for conservation, but hunters also do a lot of passion projects and a lot of stuff that really betters our communities and our world. And so I'm here to talk to Trevor about one of his projects, Operation Conquer Hunger. Thank you so much for joining me today, Trevor.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So why don't you give me just a quick intro, let our listeners know what is Operation Conquer Hunger?
Okay. Yeah, and I'll dive down into how it got started in a bit, but Operation Conquer Hunger in a nutshell is an opportunity for us to truly help those less fortunate than ourselves that go every day, without food, without meals. We're helping parents, we're helping communities. For every purchase that comes through our website at mountainops.com, a vitamin nutritious meal is donated to a child in need around the world. Most of this is centered in Malawi, Africa, where there's a huge need that's been discovered and there's been meals going there for years now. But in a nutshell, that's what we do. With a portion of every order that comes in through our website, we donate these nutritious meals, and they're nutritious. It ties right along with what we are as a company, as a nutrition fitness company in the outdoor industry. It's amazing what we can do to supplement our nutrition and such, but there's kids around the world that can't even fathom a meal, let alone supplementation of different nutrients and vitamins that they need. And so, this is one of the projects that we've decided to work on. It's one of my biggest passions for what we do. And our Mountain Ops family has truly rallied around this Operation Conquer Hunger to support what we're doing. So
that's really exciting. And it's I love that you mentioned Malawi because I actually have a personal connection with Malawi. My cousin and his whole family, they moved out there to just help minister to the people out there, and they've been living there for a few years now.
We need to connect them. That's great.
So yeah, when I saw that on there, I got really excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what exactly inspired you to start Operation Conquer Hunger?
It really kind of goes back quite some time. I mean, if you look at all the individuals that work here at Mountain Ops, and I'd say it kind of came from a passion within each of them and within each of us. But we were all kind of raised with this type of mentality that, we look for those that are in need and try to support and help those around us that are less fortunate. And so we've been blessed to have parents that have taught us kind of those types of principles. And about 8 years ago, I started donating just 30 meals a month on my own and kind of could see that need and read about some of the statistics about these children and the suffering they were going through and have children of my own. So when I heard these statistics, it was heart-wrenching. And as a parent, I just thought, geez, I'm providing for my own kids, but there's parents out there that can't provide for their own, or there's children who don't even have parents to provide for them. And so, if I could do a little bit, and so there's just 30 meals a month going towards this third-party organization. And then as we started building Mountain Ops and we started building a community around Mountain Ops, we found there were similar passions amongst the Mountain Ops family, not just the individuals here that we all work with at Mountain Ops corporate headquarters, but all those that are buying our products and such. And so we thought, hey, let's take that 30 meals a month and let's move it into Mountain Ops, but let's donate a portion of everyone's orders to this. And so we started this February of 2016. So it's just barely a couple months over a year. Let me get you the exact number that we're at right now really quick, because we've got a ticker on our website that shows how many meals have been donated up just real time. So we are at, as of right now, 98,707 meals donated in just over a year. And so it's gone above what I ever expected from those 30 meals a month to 97,000. We're averaging, around 6,000 or 7,000 meals a month right now, all because of the help and support of our customers. Our Mountain Ops family is what we call them. So that's kind of where it was inspired. We have this thought that a company filled with the love of God is not content with just blessing our own families, but our desire is to go throughout the whole world, and we're anxious to bless the entire human race, those that are suffering most particularly. So
that's really exciting, and it's one of those things to where sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. You see these problems, you want to do something to help, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh my gosh, the world hunger, how exactly am I going to tackle this? Yep. But it's always being willing to just start where you can and do what you can, if that's 30 meals a day, and who knows where it could end up, suddenly, almost 100,000 meals being donated. And that all started with you just being willing to do what you felt, what you knew was right to do and what you felt was important. And it goes from there. It's really an exciting thing.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming when you try to think of how to get involved in something or how to, and there's, you can dive in deep with certain organizations and really get involved and give them your time and talents and efforts and such. A lot of us don't have a whole lot of time because we're doing our best to provide for ourselves and our families. And so we're wrapped up in that, which is the first priority. We got to take care of those that are, under our own rooftops. And so, but what we've tried to provide is an opportunity for everyone to get involved that may not know. Like you said, it's kind of a daunting task. How do I get involved? It's super simple with us, and we can do more. We'll do some different events just for this, but focus on yourself and get some nutrition and supplementation in your life, improve your own well-being. We also believe that you're most effective in helping others when you first help yourself and you bring yourself to a state of health and strong body, strong mind, strong opportunities type mentality. But you really have to take care of yourself. And by so doing, in our organization, you're helping those in need at the same time. So
you mentioned Malawi. What other countries do you guys donate meals to? Okay,
I've got a list that I'll tell you. This last quarter, the fourth quarter of 2016, here's where the majority of the meals went. And they're spread throughout. So there's, we work with third-party charities that handle the entire distribution of it for us and such. And so we've got some really good partnerships that help us with this, and they've been around for a long time. So we know they're not just going to be, it's not just going to end. We're worried about them staying in business and that type of thing. No, they've been around for a long time. So Malawi was the highest deliverable, I guess, and then Haiti, Zambia, China, El Salvador, Philippines, Somalia, Armenia, Guatemala, Honduras. There was a bunch donated to Hurricane Matthew relief, Nicaragua, and Russia. So there's these countries that these meals are donated to that have the highest need at certain times. But then if there's also a natural disaster, a bunch of the meals will be diverted to those disaster areas as well. If there's earthquakes or hurricanes and such. So, and then in Malawi, we focus a lot there because there's a whole other portion of what we do that we don't really dive into. We try to keep it as simple as possible so people know, hey, if I order, I've got a vitamin nutritious meal going to a child in need. And we'll get into some of the other details, but Malawi, there's an infrastructure there where there's families brought into kind of a dormitory, a university type setting where they're taught how to farm. And then they're taught for about a year, and then they're given a small plot of land where they now take what they've learned and they start to farm. And then these meals come from the fruits of their labors, and we're from their harvest, we're taking that. And then there's contracted facilities there in Malawi, in the U.S. and China, where these meals are all put together and then donated out to the community. So it's helping families create a business and a structure to take care of their own as well, while at the same time helping all these other families. On top of that, most of these meals are donated within schools. And so these children are being brought to schools to further their education and then receiving these meals in return, and also able to take those meals home to their families. So you help a child, you're helping generations to come. And so that's the whole mentality. We help them become healthier and establish a healthier, stronger life, and then it will reflect upon the life for generations after that through education and such as well. So Malawi has that infrastructure in place. It's just doing a lot of amazing things through these Vitamills. So,
well, that's one of the cool things about that is, when you can't provide for yourself at all times, it's got to be frustrating and disheartening, but the fact that you can empower these people to then help others and pay it forward, that not only kind of strengthens the body, it strengthens the mind too, and really adds a lot of kind of pride and pride in themselves, and it helps lift them up in other ways other than just physically, which is I think a really important thing as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, service is one of the biggest things for any of us. Anytime you're involved in helping someone out, whether you're rich or poor, whatever it is, that's going to bring a feeling into your life that's better than anything else, and it just encourages you and helps you to move forward. And so, that's the key to happiness in life. And so it's spreading this throughout not only the people we're helping, those that are helping us. It's just an awesome opportunity for everyone to get involved and bless the lives of others.
You mentioned that you do some other events for Operation Conquer Hunger surrounding that. What kind of events do you typically do for the program?
Well, right now we haven't necessarily done any that are specific for that, other than certain giveaways online or certain things throughout the year where we'll put it out on social media. But we will be doing some different 5Ks, different events such as those that will be involved Conquer Hunger and donating to that. But one of the events we held this last year was during Thanksgiving time, and it was more of not necessarily a destination event, but one that everyone could do on their own and write into us about it. Was a day without food. And we'll do that every year. Last year was the whole month of November, a time of feasting where we all gather for Thanksgiving and such. But thinking about those that wouldn't be able to be feasting with us around the world, And so what we did was the whole month we did a day without food challenge. So what we do is go a day without food, basically fast for 24 hours, or if it was a meal that you could go without, and then challenge somebody else to do the same, really with the intent to have a little bit more understanding of what these children go through on a daily basis to not have food. And we had people that were just like, wow, I can't even imagine, to hopefully get one meal a day, and to do that every day would be a horrible situation. And so we'll do that same type of event every year, where it'll probably be one day this next year in November where we challenge everyone to go a day without food. And we'll have a specific day. And so we'll invite everyone in our community to share in that same day and to go a day without food. And then we do some special proceeds that day that go towards donations and such for these meals, so that we can get more contributions made.
Now, do you have any specific stories or anything coming out of Operation Conquer Hunger that you kind of find particularly inspiring? Maybe have you gotten a chance to meet any of the families, anything like that?
We haven't met any of the families yet. We're hoping to make a trip over there this year. We're talking to these third-party charities to find a date that works, to have our crew go over so we can get more footage and such, and some assets of us over there so that people can see what's going on. But we do get reports back, I can read to you one of these reports of one of the children. Her name was Gertrude. She's a 4-year-old. Her name's Gertrude I can't even pronounce her name. Wembali. She's from Machinga district of Malawi. As a child whose life was once in jeopardy, she lost both of her parents when she was only 2. Lives in a country, Malawi, where regular nutritious food is not easy to come by in the best of circumstances. However, through these vitamin nutritious meals, Gertrude is now eating nourishing meals every day. She has gained weight, has grown a few inches. Gertrude is attending school with 132 other children who also receive these vitamin nutritious meals daily. And it just says her future is now filled with hope and promise. And so I've got a little picture of her right now holding one of the meals. And so, you see these and you just think, wow, that, the statistics are that every 6 seconds a child dies from malnutrition. And that's just crazy. 66 million primary school age children attend class hungry, and 23 million of those are in Africa alone. And then poor nutrition causes nearly half of deaths in children under the age of 5. That's 1.3 million children every year. So it's a huge problem. It's a huge issue. And I've got 4 children of my own. I could not even imagine, not being able to provide them with just simple, proper nutrition. And so these meals are making a difference, and they'll make a difference for generations to come. And so, that's just one of the simple stories. I've got ties to Africa. I've got a niece and a nephew that were adopted from there, and they were adopted about 8 years ago. And so there's, I've got their story alone. Just they were abandoned. Probably wouldn't have made it much longer had my sister not adopted them. My mother and father were over there and found this young girl, 3 years old at the time. Her name's Kosi, and she was malnourished, had severe malaria. Probably wouldn't have made it much longer. And they took her in, and my sister, and then they found out she had a brother, so they went back and got him, and they're both just doing amazing right now, and they're teenagers now. And so this, I've kind of seen the effects and seen firsthand how hard. I haven't been over there yet. I've been to Africa. I went on that hunt last year, not to as the area of Africa that's as bad as Malawi, but we were able to go to an orphanage there and donate some of the meat that we harvested, and these people need it. They need our help, and so what we're doing, it's very simple, but it's life-saving, life-changing. It's a very small part of what we do at Mountain Ops, but it's probably the biggest part of who we truly are. And so it's what we're trying to get out there, and the message we want people to be involved in. And I think deep down inside each of us, we have a desire to do something like this. And so we're hopefully providing that opportunity to people to get involved. So
it's things that may seem small to us are really life-changing for other people. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about the meals themselves? What exactly is provided with these meals?
Okay. The meals are, they come in a big bag with 30 meals in each bag. They're vitamin nutritious, like I mentioned. There's 25 essential vitamins and minerals with very strict quality standards. These children, they're so malnourished that you can't just feed them, to be honest. That can mess up their stomachs more than anything if you just start to feed them whatever you can give them. They have to have a very special diet that will help their bodies adjust to nutrition and to the nutrients that they need, because they're in starvation mode. And so, feeding them certain things with high potassium and such could really cause some issue, high in salt and such. And so these are vegetarian, non-dairy. There's no fillers. They're essentially, essential fatty acids that are required for normal brain function, even skin health, their immune defense and such, electrolytes, vitamin A, bone nutrient, bone growth type nutrients and vitamins. So, and they're made and contracted out in very high-end facilities that are clean and make quality products, but they're put together in such a way that, that these kids who need certain nutrients to help their body now begin to adjust to actually having food will help them kind of get back into a healthy state. So, and some of them are made different for different parts of the world because their diets are so different. And, down in Latin America, it may be different than what's made for those in Africa or in Asia. So they're specific for the region and for these bodies, these small bodies. Now, some of the meals go to their families as well. It's not like we're going to feed the kids and starve the parents. So these meals are going to families as well. And so, but they're helping them adjust to proper nutrition and will allow the body to adjust to it as well.
Well, that's great too. I imagine there's a lot of differences in cultures and stuff like that. And so with them being vegetarian and non-dairy, that probably makes it a lot easier to distribute among people that may not eat meat or whatever that may be. I feel like that would otherwise limit who you're able to help and serve. So now we've been talking a lot about Operation Conquer Hunger. People are sitting here. What is the best way to get involved?
Yeah, it's super simple. If you think about all the nutritional products out on the market today, they're everywhere. People are buying nutritional products on a monthly basis, whether it be through Costco, GNC, Amazon, whatever the brand is that they're buying. Hopefully, MountainOps.com is where they're buying most of their supplements. But there's great products out on the market. We believe that at Mountain Ops, we've created the highest quality product for nutritional supplements there is in the industry. And so there's a benefit from buying from us, right? But there's an even bigger benefit on top of that. While you're buying products that will help and bless and benefit your life with high nutrition value, you're also in return helping a child in need. So you're not just buying a product for your own good and such, like you are with most other products out there, but there's a payback, there's a pay it forward in return, and that is that this order is going to provide a nutritious meal to a child in need around the world. Like we mentioned, heavily donated in Malawi, Africa, but they are going around the world. And so it's super simple to be involved. Just buy your nutritional items through Mountain Ops. And I don't mean that as just, hey, you got to do this or else you're not going to be helping a child. Really, our genuine desire is to help as many of these children as we can. And so if you find that Mountain Ops products suit your needs and give you the benefits that you need, then keep buying and keep blessing the lives of these kids as well. Super simple. That's all you have to do is take care of your nutritional needs, and we'll take care of the rest. And if you want to get involved more heavily, you can shoot us a message to support@getmountainops.com, and we can figure out a way to get people more involved in what we're doing with Operation Conquer Hunger. And the more we can tell this story, the better. So I truly appreciate you allowing me to share my passion with you today, because I really want to help as many of these kids as we can, to give them a better future and help generations to come.
So now if people wanted to learn more, you mentioned support@mountainops.com. What's the best place otherwise to find you online, to follow you on socials?
Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and we'll do some more Instagram lives and such that talk about Operation Conquer Hunger. Sign up for our newsletter. We have information going out on that a few times a week where you'll see the ticker down below. But mountainops.com is our website, and you go under programs right there and you'll see the Operation Conquer Hunger program, and you can go on and learn about how this all works, where the meals go, how your contributions help, and how simple it is to get involved. And there's a little video clip on there that will kind of show you some of these children that are receiving these meals and such. And so go on there and you'll be inspired by what's happening by just watching that little video. And you'll see that it's not us, it's all of us together, us as a Mountain Ops, corporate headquarters, but the Mountain Ops family who make up all of our customers that are truly causing this to happen. Close to 100,000 meals in just over a year. So we're excited to hit that 100,000 mark here soon. It should probably be in the next few days. So
That's really exciting. And we'll make sure to link to the website, link to all those socials, and link directly to the section on Operation Conquer Hunger on our show notes page. That'll be livingcountryinthecity.com/11. But any final closing thoughts for our audience?
Final closing thoughts are that we can change these statistics that I mentioned earlier. Every 6 seconds, a child dies from malnutrition. That's just not good. That's not acceptable. We need to do more to help change these statistics, and I believe that we can do it as a Mountain Ops family if we come together and make people aware of what's going on and just jump in, help out. And we completely appreciate all the support that we're given. Appreciate you being able to, provide this content out to your audience as well, so that we can get more people aware of what's going on.
Well, Trevor, I just want to say thank you again so much for taking the time out. Really excited to share this out to everyone, and I hope what little I can do to share this around will maybe help get us over that 100,000 meal point.
Yeah, that's great. It will. Thank you.
Well, thanks again.
All right, y'all, that'll do it for episode 11 of Living Country in the City. Another big thank you to Trevor Farnes for taking the time out of a busy schedule to talk about this very worthwhile project. Take a moment to check out Operation Conquer Hunger on the Mountain Ops website and get involved. Remember that every purchase made through their site is a meal donated to a child in need. Also, make sure to follow Mountain Ops on their various social media pages. You can find all of those links and more on our show notes page at livingcountryinthecity.com/11. Now, don't miss out on a single episode of Living Country in the City. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, give me a follow on socials, and you can also sign up for email updates on my website. If you enjoyed this episode, take a moment to give me a good rating and share with your friends. But in the meantime, stay country, y'all.
Thank y'all for listening to Living Country in the City. Get show notes and check out the blog, product reviews, events, and more at livingcountryinthecity.com.